Hey guys, hope you're all having a fantastic day out there so far, and thank you for joining me in today's lesson video. So today's lesson video is going to be about how I visualize the fretboard, okay? In terms of writing or improvising or, just doing whatever, right? Playing guitar in general. And hopefully it'll help you guys see things a little differently, or maybe teach you something that, you didn't know yet, or maybe that you haven't tried before. Again, this is my own personal approach. This isn't like some magic system or some other nonsense. It's just what I've done and built up on over the years, and what I continue to build on as a musician, because I'm always trying to learn and grow. I don't know everything, so just keep that in mind. All right, so here's the concept, and I'll break it down further as we get into the video, but here it is in a nutshell. I don't see anything separated, okay? And what I mean by that is I don't see like the pentatonic scale separate from the minor scale. I don't see the minor scale separate from the chord, or the triad or arpeggio. I don't see these things separate from each other. I don't see any of this separate from the melodic minor scale or anything else. I see everything instead as one beautiful puzzle or image, right? All the pieces come together and they make this puzzle complete. That's how I personally visualize it, right? There's nothing that doesn't fit together in some way. Everything has a purpose and a connection with one another. And that sounds kind of zen, but it's really true. And I see it time and time again when I'm playing. So we need to stop, confining ourselves in our playing by saying, oh, well, that's not pentatonic, or, that's this or that's that, or that should stay with this shape and that shape. And, stop boxing ourselves into these things, because that's just going to hurt your playing. It's good to learn things in boxes and shapes, but we need to learn to move out of those, okay? You learn to unlearn so you can flow. That's, you want to be in the state of non-dwelling when you're playing eventually. That's kind of the goal. So you're just kind of flowing with the music. It's like a language. You shouldn't have to think like, well, wait, am I going to play this string or that string? It should just be natural to you. So here's how we're going to break it down. I'm going to first explain to you how I visualize it. I'm going to, show you guys step by step, and then we're going to give you some exercises you can do to work on it. So here we go. First thing I want to mention is the minor pentatonic scale, because that's everybody's favorite. I'm going to do it in the key of B minor. So let's say I have a B minor 11 chord, okay? And let's say I have shape 1 minor pentatonic. It looks like this. Okay, very basic. I think we all know that one. And so here, let's first think of the intervals that build the minor pentatonic scale. We have root, okay? We have flat third, fourth, fifth, flat 7, root. That's important. We need to really focus on that. Okay, just 5 notes, and then they repeat. So remember, pentatonic scale, 5-tone or 5-note scale. So 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, root. And it repeats. Same 5 notes, just higher octave, right? So nothing changed, just the octave is a little higher. That's the first step. The next thing is, what else lays in this tamale area, right? So just think of it as a tamale or a peanut butter sandwich or something food related. I like food. So we're in this box here, okay? We have 2 slices of bread, and this is our stuff in between. What else can fit in this sandwich? Well, let's take a look. We have a minor arpeggio shape. And this is a very common one in metal, right? Hear that a lot. This also could be built out of a minor bar chord. This is like a 6th string root minor bar chord. This is a B minor chord. I'm doing an E minor shape, as you caged players, well, I guess any player should know, but caged especially knows this. You have this shape here, right? So E minor bar, and we have B minor. So far we have minor pentatonic, and we have our arpeggio, which is just our minor chord shape played, right? What is an arpeggio? Just a chord broken up, right? We're playing the notes individually instead of all at once. So chord, arpeggio. Now, what builds the chord? Well, root, flat third, fifth. That's it. That's what a minor triad is, and it just repeats. So 1, flat 3, 5, 1, flat 3, 5, or fifth, however you want to say it. 1, flat third, fifth, 1, flat third, fifth, 1. And then if you want to add this on top, you could, which is just a flat third again, but we run out of space. So now that's a few things, right? We have minor pentatonic that shares intervals from that minor arpeggio. Now, check this out. If I do a minor 7 arpeggio, what's the difference? Well, I have root, flat third, fifth, flat 7, root. I can even add other intervals on top, like the 9th and 11th, like I just showed you. but that's breaking the rules. I got sidetracked, so I got ADHD. Anyways, back over here. So minor 7, root, flat third, fifth, flat 7. Okay. Now, what's the difference between a minor 7 arpeggio and a minor pentatonic scale? Well, let's take a look. Root, flat third, fourth, fifth, flat 7, root. If we look at this very carefully, it's the same as a minor 7 arpeggio, but we're adding the 4th degree in. It's minor 7, and then if I add the 4th degree, now we have a minor pentatonic. Ooh, pretty fancy, right? So we went from a 3-note triad to a 4-note minor 7 triad to a 5-note pentatonic scale. This is where it gets even more interesting. Let's add some more stuff, okay? So we had minor pentatonic, 5 notes. That is derived from a 7-note natural minor scale. So let's take a look at that. That's that shape, right? If you learn the 3-note per string system, you know it's Aeolian shape, or shape 6, natural minor, shape 1, however you want to look at it. But take a look at the intervals. Root, 9, or 2nd degree, same thing. Flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 6, flat 7, root. And it repeats. And then again, you have this, excess, which we didn't need. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff going on here. But let's just recap. So far we covered minor triad, right, which is the minor chord, right, 3 notes. We covered a 4-note minor chord, which is a minor 7 in this case. We did the pentatonic scale, right, which is 5 notes, derived from the 7-note natural minor scale, which we also showed you a 3-note per string version of right here in the same area. Okay, that's just, a few things. We have so much more we can do. Okay, let's start by looking at diatonic things, like diatonic chords that can be built in the key of B minor or D major. There are 7 chords in a diatonic key you can build, not including borrowed chords, of course. We're just talking about natural diatonic things. So in the key of B minor, I could play A major, arpeggio, right? I could play a G major, right? You could play that, and that's kind of in the same area. I mean, we're reaching a little, okay? We're reaching a little, but it's in the same vicinity. We could play an F sharp minor, or right, and that's playing F sharp minor natural scale, right? So I can see that there. I can see F sharp minor pentatonic, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But, I see that there, and of course the minor triads there. Or that's that minor 7 I could spell out. So that would work also, okay? We also have an E minor 7 in this case that I could add in there. So, there's a lot of options. I don't have to stick to just B minor, right? Because if I do just B minor only, I'm stuck with this shape, or I have to move shapes to over here, which is fine. But I want to stay in one area for right now for this video. Okay, I know I'm talking a lot. Sorry, I'm trying to focus here. My ADHD is kicking in. So, yeah, so many possibilities, right? I feel like I'm in Step Brothers. So many activities.
So many activities! Do step class? It's making my head spin how many activities we can do.
So yeah, again, minor triad, minor 7 triad, diatonically, right? You can move between other triads diatonically that are built in there. So it doesn't have to be B minor per se, but so long as there are chords built in the key of B minor or D major, it'll work. Okay, so what we're talking about. You have minor pentatonic, 3-note per string minor scale, and now I'm going to show you another thing, and this is going to be the superimposition technique. I'm just going to cover this briefly. If you want a full lesson on this, go ahead and check out the playlist in my channel, or I'll just put the video in the description box. I have a couple videos on superimposition, so if you want to know more about that, check out that video down below. Okay, but let's take a look at this. If I'm playing in B, right, and I'm playing B minor or B minor 11 or whatever, the 5th degree in a power chord, or in a chord in general, is going to be B to F sharp, right, root to 5th. The 5th away, or the 5th note in the scale or chord, is always going to be my superimposition go-to for minor pentatonic. So I can play B minor pentatonic starting with the root, or F sharp minor pentatonic. Right, and that would be superimposing F sharp minor pentatonic over the B minor. And that works really well because it plays the intervals that we're missing. Moving on, before I get too scatterbrained. So let's take a look at this. Let's say I'm playing a minor pentatonic lick here. And let's say I'm just kind of noodling around. And then maybe I do a... Those are some improv, sorry for the sucky playing. But I'm playing up in this area, right? Starting again with the 5th degree, I could play a minor major 7 type movement, right? Now that there, I play minor pentatonic into shape 2. Sorry, I know I kind of cheated a little. But I'm also walking up in a F sharp minor triad using chromaticism for approach notes. So basically it's this. So this is like a blues scale going into shape 2. See? But instead of doing that, I'm playing a minor 7, F sharp minor 7 triad. Right, I could do that, or I could do this. Then I can go to something else if I want to shred or whatever, but you get the point. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff here. Now, if you want to dive further into this, you could. We could say, oh, we could play, you know, natural minor to harmonic minor. Right, or, oh, hey, guess what? Same area, I could also play melodic minor. And that's true, you could do that. You could build a lot of different scales and chords and all kinds of stuff here, right? If I want to do like Hirajoshi, I can do Hirajoshi. And yeah, you could play that one area, but I'm just so used to expanding my playing in different places, so I apologize. But ADD, sorry. Here. So there's a lot of stuff that's meshed together. You guys are following me so far, I think. So you see how everything kind of blends together really nicely. Like, I don't see just one thing, like, oh, I'm just stuck playing minor pentatonic, so I guess I'm just going to play pentatonic like a robot. Like, that's great for playing with a metronome and just refining technique and theory or whatever, but it's not good for actual music, okay? I want to flow, and to do that, I got to make everything be cohesive. Everything has to be really nice and structured. I need to think, instead of scalar or linear, I need to think more like, hey, I'm jumping between things, right? More intervallic jumps and movements. So that's why you see me do this type of stuff a lot. I'm just going to improvise a little bit, but let's say I do something like... And of course I can make this sound a little more fancy, right? So I could do something like... kind of switched key there, but you get the idea. I'm building off of everything visually. Like when I see this in my fretboard, right, and I'm playing, I'm not thinking about where I'm going to go next. I'm not thinking like, oh, do I play this note? Do I play that note? Do I play this interval? Do I play this music theory or whatever? I'm not thinking. I'm in a state of just flow. Like I'm in a state of non-dwelling. It's like meditation for me because I've practiced so much, you know, being cohesive with these things. I don't have to think about it as much unless I'm, you know, doing something new, of course, and I have to really focus on it, which still does happen. I'm still learning a lot. I don't know everything. But when I'm just improvising and writing and jamming stuff, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to totally hit the 11th degree on this and it's going to sound awesome, or I'm going to play this one shape. It's going to be really cool. Instead, I just let my body tell me what to do. I listen to my feeling, where my gut is. I know it sounds old, like, oh, just play with feeling. But it's so true. It helps me so much. But of course, I don't expect you guys to do that right now. That takes time, right? It takes a lot of work, a lot of consistency for that to be muscle memory and for you just to, go off feeling and to be able to improv like that. But I promise you, you will be able to do it so long as you do everything I said here, right? You just kind of learn how everything pieces together and you try flowing within it. Now, here's some exercises I'm going to give you that might help you, build that muscle memory, that build that state of non-dwelling, that meditative playing. Okay. Try playing only from the D string down to the little E string. Don't take on the E and the A string just yet. Just play the D, G, B, and E strings. As you play, try not to play linear for more than 2 strings. What I mean by that is don't go... That's too scalular, it's too linear. So instead of doing that, maybe place a couple notes. Then switch up what you're doing, meaning either jump by intervals, whether you want to, if you know your modes, you can add Dorian, or you can add, just whatever here. But try to, again, think intervallically, jumping. Right? And then as you're doing this, also try to keep in mind of what's available economically, right? So if I'm here and I'm playing a note, I know realistically I have, a bunch of B minor stuff here, but I also have some minor triads diatonically, like I was talking about. Okay, I have that there that I can kind of jump around with. But once you get really familiar with playing in just a couple areas, like here to here, for instance, or here to here, then you can start incorporating more boxes and seeing what lays within those. And again, it's the same stuff, just different shapes. So like, oh, hey, here's B minor, right? Well, we have A major there. We have D major here. Okay, I see, You can kind of build more triads. Or you could think, okay, what's pentatonic? Okay, there's pentatonic there. Here's, shape 4 minor pentatonic. My F sharp minor, shape 5. Okay, so you can kind of do your superimposition there. 3 note per string scale, sure, no problem. You got this shape. Right? So it all kind of blends together as one big thing. It's not separate. I know I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, so for your practice, try to jump between intervals. I kind of use the E and the A string. Sorry, I know I told you guys not to do that. But it's a second nature thing. Once you get comfortable doing the G, B, E, and strings, whatever, then you could add the E and the A string on top. But yeah, break it down to simple movements. Don't play fast. That's very important. Don't play fast. I know you want to play fast. Just don't do it. Play slow, okay? That's 3 note per string, right? Take your time with it, though. That's enough for this video. If you guys want to see more of these videos or you want some more lessons on this, I can dive further into the shapes on each area. So like we can do shape 2 next time and really work on those. And then we can work on shape 3 and, so on. If you guys want that, let me know down in the comment section below. Otherwise, I won't make the video. It's, just totally up to what you guys want on this channel. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have fun practicing. Reach out anytime if you have questions. And yeah, have a good rest of your week, guys. Peace.